Hello. Hi guys. Today I'm gonna record a video doing my nails, but I'm gonna be talking about bullying. But first I wanted to let you guys know that this video is probably gonna be a little long and all over the place because I wanna try not to edit. So just gonna let it go and I'm gonna talk freely, be myself. And if you hear something in the background, it's my dryer going. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do my nails and talk about bullying for the most part. And what was the other thing I was saying? Oh yeah, that I'm not gonna edit this video, so it's probably gonna be a little long. And because I want to post more often, and editing takes so much time. And yeah, I don't want to make excuses, but and also I want to show my true self, because a lot of times when I edit things that I overthink, and I don't want to let people know how I really feel, and that's not being yourself. So that, or I feel like I said it the wrong way, or you're not gonna understand me, or just a bunch of stuff. So I'm just gonna, just do it. Okay, so I'm gonna do my nails. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna use. Basically, I'm gonna file them with a filer, and I'm gonna use this block. Then I got nail clippers because I have natural nails, no acrylics. I also do the cuticle softener and remover. Then last I do the cuticle oil. But then the nail polish I'm gonna use is from the dollar store, LA Colors base coat and top coat. The clear polish for your base and top. And then that's from the dollar store. And then this one's Sally Hansen from the pharmacy. It's a little bit more pricey. Let's say $3 or $4. Sally Hansen Patent Gloss, a nude color, because the color is 720 chic. Not that you care, right? Whatever, girl. Okay, so first I'm going to I have some clippings I gotta do here. Hold up. I'm not gonna do much because, oh my god, I don't think I can multitask, meaning think, do my nails, and talk at the same time. That is a lot going on. Plus, I want to think about the right thing to say at the right moment and have it all make sense. I'm just kidding. Hold up, let me get this in. Okay. There's gonna be a quickie nail put together, because that's how I'm gonna do it this time. So yeah, I wanted to talk about bullying, because I got a couple kids, and I've been a victim of bullying myself, and I don't wish that on nobody, not even my worst enemy. And my bullying wasn't that bad, but it really affected my self-esteem and my confidence, and probably contributed to why I'm in a nutshell, or I grew up a little bit anxious, But anywho, let's not blame no one but ourselves. Yeah. But what is going on with kids today? Kids these days, bullying, and in the past. And I mean, that's always something that's gonna be around, right? Because no matter what, there's bullies, even as adults. As a matter of fact, I have an adult story of a form of bullying that happened to me. as an adult. Okay, so first I'm gonna start with what I went through, a little bullying incident when I was a child, and I'm gonna talk about my kid and compare that and blah blah blah, and then I'll tell you about my adult bullying story. So my child came the other day, we were talking and whatnot, and he expressed concern about this boy bugging him, calling him names because he told him he smelled funny. And so that boy was calling him, or had been calling him the B word, bitch, and also the N word, niger, which is not even a bad word, but it's, you know, some kids or people just express themselves that way. But yeah. Anyways, and I'm not racist, and none of my family is. I'm not defending nobody, but I'm just saying. And it doesn't bother me that he was being called that, but he is not that, a bitch or an N, the N word, or any other curse words that they use. But those were the two main ones that my son expressed. Anyway, so yeah, and so my son stayed quiet and ignores him. All he does is ignore him. Ignore the boy. And so I told my son, hey, you're right for letting me know, because now I can step up and do something about it. Talk to the teacher, talk to somebody that can, you know, speak for you in your defense in school, because you don't solve bullying by being with aggression or cussing back at the person. That's not going to solve it. You know, you seek authority, and in that case it would be the school staff, teacher, counselor, or principal, or cop. So I'm gonna talk. I already spoke to the teacher, sent her a message, and I'm just waiting for her reply, see what we're gonna do about that. But anyhow, that's that. And then he was at another school because we moved to another town, and so in the last school he was at, some other kid bullied him. And what they did in that school was that they switched the kid to another classroom, and they also gave him a restriction where he couldn't be around my son like 10 feet or like 20 feet or closer. He couldn't be around my son anywhere. If he saw my son, he had to like basically walk the other way, which I think it works just fine. No problems with that. That's what they did in that school. That's what they did with that kid, and everything runs smooth. I mean, it's not. I'm not trying to teach my child to run away either. Like, I'm not gonna switch him to another school or another, you know, because you have to face your obstacles, because that's how we grow. But at the same time, we need justice. We need justice served. And like criminals and sitting in jail, you know, you're not just gonna let them sit in jail and not hear what they gotta say, because only judge in this world, as far as I'm concerned, is God. And God has a team of judges, which is the judges in our courts in the human world, that serve him and help us, and those help fight for those inmates and whatnot, right? Do I got fuzzies? Okay, train of thought, I lost it. Oh no. So what was I gonna say next? Oh no. So we have to fight back, fight for our rights in a just way, not aggressively, not with aggression, always with God, like Martin Luther King did it. He's boss. Okay, what else? Yes, and my boo. What? So I talked to my kid about how when I got bullied, you're not alone. You're not the only one that's been through this. There's other kids and people everywhere have to face situations that are of this type. Um, and so I spoke to him about when I was bullied. I remember he's in elementary, but I'm not gonna say what grade, whatever. Okay, so I was in 5th grade, my situation, and so if you know me from my past, which you don't because nobody knows me, um, I actually had a big nose. You see, my nose ain't so bad right now. It ain't so bad looking, huh? Look at my nose. It looks average. Anyways, I'm not gonna get too close because my surgeon didn't do such a good job. I'm kidding. He did a good job. So I paid. How much did I pay for my nose? A few grand. Not so much. It's really cheap. It's not that bad compared to other surgeries. But yeah, I got a surgery, a rhinoplasty, to decrease the size of my nose. It's also very good for breathing. It helped with my breathing actually, because when I used to go to bed, sometimes I would breathe heavily at night, and this my parents could tell you. And so I noticed improvement in my breathing with the rhinoplasty. With not only was it for cosmetic looks, but it's for it actually helped me. So I did my surgery, my rhinoplasty, like in 2019, right before COVID, actually. Oh no. Right in the middle of COVID. Yeah, right in the middle of COVID, because I had the money set aside for it. That's another story. And then I decided, man, I'm going to get this done now because everybody's home and you need to have covers on your nose, band-aids for 2 weeks. So imagine walking around everywhere looking all clueless with a new nose job. So yeah, I was like, I got it at the right timing, right in the middle of COVID. So yeah, because I was very insecure. I hated my nose, and so I changed it. And I know God makes us the way He does, and we live life happily ever after, or we should. But some of us just go through traumas and whatnot. So I did it for myself, for my self-esteem. It's helped me a lot. It's not only for the rhinoplasty not only helped me with my looks or that contributed to my better self-esteem, more confidence, blah 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 blah. And where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the bullying. So this girl in the 5th grade, she would call me big nose, big nose. It seems very silly. Oh, big nose, whatever. For me, it bothered me. I hated her. I felt so uncomfortable every time I saw her. My stomach had butterflies. I wasn't happy really when I was in class because I felt the tension, her looks, the way she looked at me. And every time we were, like, for example, in the cafeteria line, why was she always, for some reason, next to me in cafeteria line? I felt like that was the thing. And so big nose, big nose, big nose. And oh my God, I was so traumatized with that. And then, so yeah, that was my little bullying incident. And I never did nothing. I never told nobody about it. I never spoke up. I kept it to myself because I'm very quiet, and so I didn't want to tell nobody, and I didn't want to bother nobody, so I didn't talk to my teacher. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't tell nobody because I always felt like I was a bother. So I don't want to bother nobody. And so yeah, it affects you if you don't speak up and vent out, and it's gonna affect you. And so I first my child told me that what was happening to him in school, that he was being bullied for that and that and such, I told him, well, first of all, thank you for speaking up, because that's how you solve a problem. I mean, nobody's gonna know except yourself. You're gonna swallow it yourself if you don't speak up or tell somebody what's happening. So thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for trusting me. Now I'm gonna make the move. I'm gonna make the next move, which is contact the teacher and let her know, hey, this and that. And then if she doesn't really do nothing, which last time I told her something about it, what she did was, because this is the second time that my son mentions it about the same kid. Well, the first time I told the teacher that one time, and she, what she did was switch the kid, the classmate, to another seat away. Or I mean, not him, but she switched my son to another table, which actually worked out, because he actually got to be on a table close to his friends, little classmates and whatnot. So that was that. And now we're waiting to see, okay, so he's getting bullied, not in the classroom no more, but out in recess, out in the lunch area, cafeteria, which is where most socialization happens. I'm drinking coffee. It's cold. This has all the reindeers. In case you didn't know, their names are Donner, Dasher, Prancer, Vixen, Rudolph, Cupid, Comet, Blitzen, and Dancer. So yeah, my son, he spoke up about it. Good job. Now, okay, what was I gonna say next? Lost my train of thought again. So let me see if I remember later on. But now I'm gonna talk about my adulthood bullying incident. Now, call me crazy, but this happened. Now I'm filing the nails. I'm done with the cutting. Well, I'm done with the cutting the sides and shaping them a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to file. What's next? Then this block. I need to get a new one. This actually doesn't even work because it's so worn out. And then the other stuff. Let me get the filing going. Okay, so I was working at a restaurant in a theme park here in Orlando area. It's the clue. It's a very well-known theme park in Orlando. And it was in the most busiest restaurant of that theme park. That's all I'm gonna say. The busiest restaurant, which it's actually pretty unfair that we were not allowed to accept tips. I was a waitress there, and we weren't allowed to accept tips. We got paid regular $15 an hour. And yeah, no tips allowed. Because it was a fast food type of place, restaurant, fast on-the-go restaurant. But still, you got to sit and dine, and we would bring the food to you, or you would, we would help you out if you needed us. We were there, serving, cleaning mostly after everybody. But So yeah, what? Oh yeah, so sorry. It happened such a while ago that I don't even remember so well. But anyways, the point is that the girl, it was a girl, and she was saying something because I have a very I'm very good at picking up sarcasm that that's done not in a cute, loving, sarcastic way where the person is being sarcastic, but in the evil type of sarcasm where people communicate sarcastically, but in reality they're talking crap about you, and just making you feel uncomfortable. Do you get it? I don't know if you get it. Sorry, that was my bro. But anyways, so she said something. I know that she was talking about me. And I know I shouldn't take things personal, but man, if I could remember what was it, because I know I was in the right, but I don't remember exactly what was it that she said. But it was very obvious. And so I'm not a Karen, okay? I'm not a Karen. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something about this, because I'm sure there's other people here that find this girl a little bit of a bully type of girl, because it wasn't me the only person, because I'm the chill type of person that's more of the quiet type that doesn't really joke around with everybody, and I'm very like one-on-one, and I can be fun, but I need to get to know you before I can have fun. I'm kidding. No, that doesn't sound good. Anyways, moving on. So I told the manager. That's what I did. I told the manager what happened. Oh, no, wait, no. It wasn't that I told the manager. The manager found out, and I had to tell the manager. But online you get in trouble, no matter if you're anonymous. Because I talked about it in the Facebook group of that restaurant, employees. And so somehow somebody from my job saw my post and figured and asked me who was I talking about, because I didn't mention a name, but he asked me who was I talking about. So unfortunately I gave him the name or the description of the girl that I was talking about. So it was him, that guy, which was a cook. He went on and told her, because they were friends. I found that out later, but anyways. So and then she confronted me. So then I told, somehow the manager, I had to tell the manager to get it all cleared out. And so the manager, I guess, talked to the employee, and she was gonna get in trouble. So she pulled me to the side, and well, no, she didn't pull me to the side because there was a bunch of other people around. Like there was a couple other cashiers and waitresses, but she was like, so what did I tell you? Well, what was it that I did? No, what was it that I did? Because I never tell you nothing. And like trying to be defensive, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not trying to start anything. I know what I heard, and I know that I'm right, basically, something like that. Those are not my exact words, but I just defended myself that way, just plain and simple. And so ever since then, she kind of got put in her place, and she kind of got in trouble a little bit with management. So her little attitude toned down a little bit in the workplace, you know, because she was one of these loud mouths. Oh, like just running your mouth. You know, just talking behind people's back and stuff like that, you know, gossip and stuff like that. And just trying to be funny with her friends, talking about other people without mentioning names, you know, stuff like that. So anyways, that's it. Nothing happened really. I ended up speaking up, and she got put in her place a little bit with management, and so that set the tone for the place. And so a few weeks later, I eventually quit that job because it wasn't the right job for me. It didn't fit with my lifestyle because my kids, I had, you know, school kids. That job had different schedules because waiting, you know, have to work different shifts and whatnot. So anyways, I ended up having to quit, not because of her, because I loved working there. I actually really loved working there. Because I actually love the theme of that restaurant, which is one of my favorite movies and series from that theme park that they have. Anyways, anyhow, that's the story. So, moral of the story, to close up. Moral of the story. I'm not done with my nails. I can't finish it. It's gonna take me like an hour, 30 minutes. Let me see. It's been almost 30 minutes and I'm almost halfway. So it's gonna take me like an hour, 30 minutes to actually complete my nails with dry time included. So I'm not gonna get to finish the nails, but I need to finish the story because it's getting a little bit long. Anyways, moral of the story is speak up. Speak up. Don't be afraid of speaking up, because you know what? Coming from a quiet introvert, a quiet introverted, awkward child, I know how it is when you're like that. First of all, you're scared and nervous and butterflies run in your stomach. And if I had known God back then, I probably wouldn't have been the way I was so much. But I didn't. But now what helps me is prayer and God. You know, just having faith and praying and having a relationship with the Spirit and listening to positivity through preachers, which is God speaking, basically. If you got the right church and the right pastors that go by the Bible, then you're in a good path. Well, anyways, I go to a church that preaches the King James Version Bible, and that's the one I read and study. But yeah, talking to God and praying and speaking up to a grown-up, speaking up to a family member, your parents. If that doesn't help, somebody in the school has to help. Somebody in the school, if you're in school, has to help. If you're an adult, of course, you're gonna speak up, right? But if I'm talking about children or teenagers, right? Tell a counselor or a teacher that you trust, and definitely somebody in your household that's aware of what's going on, because it's gonna eat you up inside, and that's not what we need, because you're gonna drag that along. It's gonna affect your mental health, your mood, and your focus. And you're not supposed to be focusing on the outside so much. It's not even real, you know. With this world, it's gonna be gone in a poof when it's our time to go meet God, you know. So speak up. Do not be afraid of speaking up the truth. You have the right to be happy. And if somebody's making your life miserable by teasing you or bullying you, and you're afraid of this person, you don't have to fight them back. That's not what I'm saying. You need to speak up so that justice could be served and somebody with authority can back you up. Because I can even imagine, I'm thinking about a different scenario, like a high school kid, for example, getting bullied by these kids that think they're, I don't know, like street kids or mean kids, or I don't know how you call it. Hood kids from the hood. And don't talk to me about hood. I've been in the hood. I lived in the hood. I love the hood. There's a lot of good people in the hood. But there's a lot of ghetto-ness and selfish people, unfortunately. And so, you don't have to get down to a person's level that's being violent with words or physical, for that matter. You don't have to get down to that level. So that's why it's important for us to speak up and let it be known so that change happens. Because you're important and God loves you. And just pray, okay? So I'm going to cut the video now. And I want to say have a good day. Thank you for watching. And I will be posting more often than not. Unfortunately, if I do post more often than not, I want to try not to edit the videos. I want to be organic is what I want to be, organic. Like organic. You just buy it straight from the, what am I saying? Would you rather eat something? Would you rather eat pesticide, fertilized broccoli that's $2 for $1? Or would you rather eat all natural, raw, organic, not raw, organic broccoli that's 1 for $4.99? I actually rather have the cheap one because I'm on a budget, but actually the one that's organic is better for you. It's good for you because it's pure. It doesn't have the, I don't have to explain it. Okay, anyways, shut up, girl, shut up. Okay. Thank you, God. And thank you guys for watching. Bye, see you later.